tough to believe, but we are awake. Yes, we are. It's probably because we just woke up. Hello and welcome to My 11th Circle presents Cricbuzz Live. I'm Gaurav Kapur. With me, Joy Bhattacharjya, Robin Uthappa. Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning, gentlemen.
Because I'll tell you what happened. This game was basically put to bed a long time ago.
Yep.
But just refused to give the goodnight kiss. Right? So we just stayed awake going, what's it going to be? What's it going to be? And that's what happened. Or, if you were to believe the Twitter of some of the people working here in Cricbuzz, a quote that has been attributed to me, which is that the patient is dead, but last rites are still to be performed. And that was macabre, isn't it? It was the middle of the night. But the thing is, this game was over in the 25th over, essentially.
It was, yeah.
Right?
Definitely was. Because, like I said, even when we were doing the combox, Bangladesh were always behind the 8 ball. They were never ahead at any point in time. And they really needed, guys to step up. They had that in Shakib, but nobody else kind of could really, go out there and make a difference.
So they were behind the 8 ball by the time the first combox when we went on.
Yep.
By the second combox when we went on, they were behind the 18 ball. That's not a phrase, I'm just making it up now because, desperate times call for desperate measures. But in terms of desperation, I mean, Shakib showed that he wanted to stick around. He got his century. It was fantastic. But maybe just not enough desperation from everyone around him.
Exactly. I think he was the guy who was going to play 40 overs, 45 overs, which is what he did. And he scored at a reasonably healthy strike rate for most of it. He was above 6 for most of his time. The problem was the guys at the other side have to attack. The other problem you're going to have is in a tournament like this where run rate counts and it's not just a one-off, you're going to have some snooze fest because teams are going to say that, okay, I'm not going to reach 380, but I've got to get as close as possible because I want to make sure I can't afford to get out for 220 anymore.
Yeah, but the thing is, I'm sorry, just to interrupt there, I mean, they've still lost by 106 runs. So
yeah, but they think they could have lost by 150 runs.
Yeah, losing by 106 is better than losing by 180, right? So they're gonna think of that, and at the end of the day, that's going to be important. At the back end of the tournament is when these factors actually have some value, and Bangladesh are hoping that a loss like this would be better off than going hell for leather from the first over and then being maybe 170, 180 all out.
yeah, well, okay, if their net run rate gets better, then it doesn't matter. We can catch it.
But that's one of the tournaments like this will have snooze fest just for this one reason.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Every time I look at one-day cricket, and we're all big fans of Test cricket. We can all watch, sessions at play. We're fans of T20 cricket because of just how fast the action happens. This can become a problem with one-day cricket because I don't think even the most die-hard fan would probably be watching this game after the 30th over. So you're looking at 20% of the game having no relevance at all, playing out over almost an hour and a half. I don't know if this is the day and age for that anymore.
You can't have everything.
Yeah, but then you have shows like ours. You have shows like ours, so you can forget about it, come back and watch Gaurav Kapur wrap it up.
These two are just not addressing the elephant in the room, right? So just take the elephant back. I shall write on it later. A hoot. But I'll tell you who was a hoot today. Shakib Al Hasan's third. It was the third century by a Bangladesh batsman in the World Cup. So obviously he's been slim pickings for them so far as big scores are concerned. But of course he's been having a fabulous tournament. He needs some support around him. We'll talk about that in a second. But let's just talk about Shakib and sort of this big tournament temperament that he has.
No, he's fantastic. If you remember in 2007, when India, that unfortunate match in the World Cup which we lost to Bangladesh, Shakib was the one. I think he got an unbeaten 50. He saw them through, and he was, I think, 17, 18-year-old kid at that point in time. Superb temperament, big game temperament, and right up at the start, I mean, Jofra Archer was really hostile. He was giving it here. He got a couple here. 2-3 went past his thing. He stuck it out. A lot of other batsmen then would just drag themselves wide of the crease and try and whack it because they know that, they can't do it. He stuck in there, and that's what a class batsman is. That's why, whatever it is, he's number one in the ICC rankings. He just does not get as much credit as he deserves.
Yeah, as an all-rounder, he's right up there. He's been getting the all-round performances for Bangladesh.
Truly, I agree with him. I think the fact that he recognizes that he's one of the mainstays and he's going to be the one who needs to do the bulk of scoring. And he's been doing that from the get-go for Bangladesh. And credit must be given to him for that. The way he's holding one end up and he's actually performing that role. He still scored at 100, like a run a ball, a little better than a run a ball today.
Yeah.
So, he's scoring runs at good pace. And you need guys to kind of back him up, play along with him, build partnerships with him. Because he's going to bat one end. So you got to make sure you bat with him. and support him, and make sure that he's the guy that everyone revolves around. So there are 3 or 4 guys within that side who the entire batting order should revolve around, which I think is one of the openers, Tamim, Sarkar, Shakib and Rahim.
Yep.
These 4 batsmen who essentially the team should revolve around. So one of these guys get in and score runs on that day. Everybody else have to make sure that they are supported, and they make sure that they revolve around that particular person on that particular day. Yeah. And Shakib's been doing that from the first game. He's got 60 in the first game, got 70 in the second game, got 100 in this game. He's picked up wickets. He didn't get much today, but
kept it tight.
Yeah, he kept it tight. No, he went for 7 in an over.
7 in an over in an innings
but he
that
also
went
bowled,
for.
He also bowled 7.
What innings that went for?
380.
380, yeah.
386.
It's about 7.5, 8, almost 8.
Almost 8.
Yeah. So.
But he also bowled 7 overs in the first 15. So he literally bowled
in the power play.
In the power
bowling
play,
in the
5
power
overs
play
in
with
the
the
power
field
play.
restrictions.
Yeah.
You'll take 7, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
You'll take 7.
Yeah.
The thing is, Mushfiqur Rahman, of course, helped him. There was a big 100-century stand between him and Shakib, but after that, it went. But listen, we're talking about Bangladesh. Let's talk about the England bowling as well. Sometimes when your batting side puts up 386 on the board, you tend to not talk about the bowling much, but that was some good bowling today. Huh?
Superb. And Jofra Archer, you just look at him. In his first spell, he went for 14 in his first 5, and the last ball was a 6.
Yeah.
That means in 4 overs and 5 balls, he'd given away 8 runs, 2 maidens in his first 2 overs. And the best part of it is, when do you see a good classical fast bowler? It's when you see the periscope coming out. The periscope is when the batsman basically avoid ducks and puts his bat up like that. So like a submarine's periscope, it's up there.
Yeah.
In fact, his last wicket was a periscope. If you remember, Mustafizur just went out there, and that means he's been really, really hostile.
Yeah, that one Shome Sharkar dismissal where hits the off stump and
the ball went straight to the boundary line.
Ricochets of that for a 6. That's some deadly pace.
Yeah, and think if you're the next batsman coming in, you look at it. Okay, that's where the ball dropped.
And if you're coming out from that side, you're going, oh no, taxi! The other side now. And Ben Stokes, of course, it looked like because the 5 bowlers were doing their job, Ben Stokes may not come into bowl. And that's what we thought. He may not get a bowl. He got a bowl, and look what he did with it.
Yeah, I know. 6 overs.
He had a catch drop. Joe Root dropped his catch. Decided that, okay, I'm going to do it myself. Yorked the batsman out.
That was Shakib.
That was Shakib.
Yeah, but he bowled exceptionally well. Like I said, I thought Adil Rashid would be the one that the Bangladesh batsmen go after, and that was exactly what they did. They looked to go after him. They went after Chris Woakes. Chris Woakes is very expensive.
Yeah.
But because Chris Woakes was expensive, and Ben Stokes actually got an opportunity to bowl and picked up 3 wickets for literally next to nothing.
Yeah.
So, see, 2 things. One is he came in a situation where he's already 13, 14. So that's an advantage as a bowler, because, these guys are under pressure already. But he used his angles beautifully. In the way he, went in to the right-hander, to the left-hander, changing his angle, changing his length. I think he bowled beautifully. And that'll give England a lot of heart, because they said, okay, we've got 6 bowlers, all of whom have come to the party.
And Moeen Ali, who's sitting out, who's not bad as well.
Not bad, is not the word.
Put it mildly. But I'll tell you who was not bad today. It was Jason Roy. It was really Jason Roy's day. 150 is what he brought up, which took England, of course, close to 400, and he got it at a good clip. There was 4s, there were 6s, and that's what made him a My 11 Circle most valuable player. The MVP, because he got the most points. I hope you had him in your team. I know it's tough with the England batting attack. Who do you put? I hope you had Jason Roy in it. All right, we've got a winner as well. Winner. Chicken dinner. Who we got? Come on, bring it on. The My 11 Circle beat the expert champion is Ananthu Kumarasamy, 521.25 points. Well done. Congratulations to you, Ananthu. So well done. Keep playing My 11 Circle, of course. All right, there's another game going on as well, which is New Zealand and Afghanistan, and that is the Afghanistan batting effort. I want to talk about that for a second. Is this a problem for them? Just the fact, the patience required to just bat out 50 overs?
Well, yeah, of course. I think also without Mohammad Shehzad at the top of the order, they're going to be missing out one of their mainstays as a batsman.
Not that he stuck around for long.
No, but just the way he plays, the fact.
Because he goes hell for leather as well.
Yeah, but just his nonchalance in which he bats, and the kind of attitude that he comes in with, just leaves the rest of them with a lot of confidence. You know, so that also adds for a lot. But I think they've really, you know, they hold themselves beautifully together as a T20 side. They're not just quite there yet, 50 over cricket.
Yeah, also bad news for Afghanistan fans, bad news for all us cricket fans actually. So Rashid Khan was hit in the head during their batting effort, and they do a lot of concussion tests now, and the first one they were not satisfied with, which means he's not going to be bowling as well. So really for New Zealand, really should be a good clip for New Zealand. And you know, I don't know if a lot of people have them as one of their semi-final contenders. These guys are runners-up of the previous season. You did, right?
I do, yeah.
They're runners-up of 2015.
Absolutely, and these conditions suit even somebody like a Guptill. Guptill, for example, in the subcontinent is not the player he normally is.
First ball duck today, but otherwise, in general, it suits him. Yeah, so first ball duck for Martin Guptill. Where's the score reached there now? Let's take out a Cricbuzz app.
They're at 34 for 1 in 6 overs.
34 for 1.
Chasing 172.
So not a problem.
Not a problem. Should be easy.
Should be easy. All right. Let's look at the game that we are super excited about. Nobody be taking no nap tomorrow. That's because tomorrow is match number 14, which is India v Australia. Yummy, yummy. And it's on a Sunday. Oh, ho, ho. Come on. So excited. So excited. So excited. Of course, I mean, big game for both sides. Australia would definitely, I think besides the 2 points against West Indies, will take a lot of confidence out of that. Going, look at the position we were in, 40 for 4, 70 odd for 5, and then to win the game from there. Sometimes it's 2 points, and sometimes it's 2 points plus in a way, isn't it?
Yeah, for sure. I think you look at Australia and they're really coming into their own as a team. They're being as dominating as we cricket fans know Australia to be. Yeah. Right, so really excited about tomorrow's game because I think it's going to be one humdinger of a game tomorrow. And I think with Mitchell Starc and Pat Cummins and the rest of the Australian bowling lineup, with the way it is, it's going to be really good to watch those little mini battles within that game.
Juicy encounter it is. Aaron Finch has, by the way, fired the first salvo already.
Oh, has he? What did he say?
Yeah, he said in a press conference that Steve Smith is the best batsman in the world across all formats. Shots fired.
Normally, it's interesting, but normally the Australian rule is that the captain doesn't fire the shot, somebody else normally fires the shot. So it's interesting, this time the captain going for it. Yeah. And obviously that statement is targeted at just one person. Yeah. But you know, I have something to say about this, which is that if you see this Australian run, they've won 10 consecutive matches. Yeah. And when did they start winning? India's 2-0 up in India. And then suddenly we take the sort of foot off the pedal because, you know what, we've been cruising against them. We've won a one-day game against them. And we lost the third. Then Dhoni was rested for the 4th and 5th games and we lost those. And those 3 games were the start of this. So India's got to tell ourselves, we allowed them to start this streak. It's about time we end it now, you know. Nice.
Shuru tumne kiya, khatam hum karenge. That's some film dialogue, I know. Somewhere. I don't know.
If it isn't, it will be soon. Yeah, some scriptwriters saying.
Khatam bhi hum karenge.
No, shuru unhone kiya, right? Because they started winning against us. Yeah. But we will finish it now. That's right. We will come and finish it. Will there be any changes, though, for both the sides? Let's have a look. Bring any up. There's Australia. You know, with them, it's pretty much they've picked an 11 that's picking itself, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, really.
There won't be any changes in this side.
You're not playing a second spinner. I mean, you have Maxwell as well, so you're not really playing Lyon and Zampa together at any point in time.
I don't think both sides will make any changes.
Yeah.
I think both sides will go with what they have. Also because Kulcha have done well against them.
Chaku.
Chaku as well.
Chaku, you need them tomorrow. Twist the knife, come on. Kuldeep and Chahal, yeah. So we look at the India side as well. I doubt if there's going to be, you're not going to be looking at changing any of this, right?
No.
Shami, perhaps, you think?
No, why would you? As in,
no?
Bhuvi bowled really well. Bumrah bowled really well.
Yeah.
As in, where are you going to fit Shami? As in he deserves to be up there, yeah, but instead of whom?
I mean, you have to replace a batsman with him, which I don't think will happen in the tournament.
No, they shouldn't. They wouldn't.
Not this early in the tournament.
They won't. If I'm going to go ahead and say.
Interesting, though. It's interesting to look at that because you look at that team and you go, all right, the 11 are great. Could we fit somebody in for... Yeah, you could, but do you really need to? Like, why do it? It's just been one game.
Yeah.
Why do it? The 4 on the bench are good enough to make it, but, well, you only play 11. Just like Robbie said, Shami is good to play, but who will he play in place of? You can't play 12. right? So you can only do that. Well, you can make your team on My 11 Circle. Let me quickly tell you how it is done, even though you know, but sometimes I have to do it. My11circle.com, download the app, make your team. Make your team carefully for tomorrow because it's not going to be easy.
It's going to be very hard to make that team.
Very
Games
hard.
are very hard to make.
Very hard. Who's going to get you the points? Who's not going to get you the points? I don't know, man. You look at a strong one like this, and then you go, I don't know. It's just see. I'll tell you what. Figure out the conditions, the one-to-one matchups. Think about. Have a look at the weather. There's a few things that can come into play. It's not just a lottery, right? There is a lot of skill involved. So do it. I'm sure you can do it. You're both excited about tomorrow's game, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Just checking.
Yep. Really want to go back, get rest, get a good night's sleep, and then come back fresh for tomorrow.
You're not here with us tomorrow.
I'm going to watch it all day.
Chill and relax
Sit
and watch it.
watch it all day.
Couple of malt
Frosty
juices,
ones, yeah.
Miss the banter here,
Really cold
guys.
malt juices, perhaps. Well, we're going to be here in Hindi as well tomorrow. So it's Hindi and English. And on Hindi, I'm going to be with Ashish Nehra and Mohammad Kaif. And on English, of course, you'll have Gautam Bhimani here with Robin Uthappa and Zahir Khan. You've taken Mizak away from me from the first game and given me a Kaif. It's fine. I'll take it. I love Kaifu as well.
Yes.
How many left-arm fast bowlers do you need anyway?
Yeah, you've got one there already.
Both. And Kaif. One newcomer as well.
Yeah, no.
Poor Genie was sitting here alone.
Let's not do
Poor
that.
guy. All right, let's have a look at the points table before we wrap up business for this evening. Has it really done something for England's net run rate? Well, not as much. They would have hoped for it to do a little more than that. New Zealand will probably get a bit of a boost today after what is looking like their third win in a row. Let's look at India as the only team there has only played one game. It's amazing. And, there are teams that are playing their third today. And so many teams who played their third today. And, it's just weird that we're just playing our second tomorrow. All right, the joy factor question and answer there. People really flew off with this one.
Yeah.
They really flew. Dean Elgar question. Let's show you the question again and then the answer. Over to you, sir.
Okay. What has South African Dean Elgar done 3 times, which only 4 Indians have achieved in the history of Test cricket? He's carried his bat through a Test innings. And Gavaskar was the first to do it. I think Gavaskar, Sehwag, Pujara and Dravid are the only 4 Indians to do it. They carried his bat. And I think it's amazing. In the last 5 years, you look at his record is not exceptional. It's a decent Test record. It's not exceptional. But he's carried his bat thrice. What are the odds of that?
Amazing,
He's a fighter.
Yeah, he's a fighter.
Like, really, that must take a lot of grit, determination. And really, just mental capacity must be humongous to be able to do that in Test cricket.
Yeah, well, I mean, Dean Elgar's done it thrice, but somebody's won it once today. And who's won it? First-time winner. For the first time
Wow.
Manish Chavda.
Manish Chavda. Wow, congratulations, buddy. It's good to see a new name up on the leaderboard,
Yes,
on
not
the
bad.
honours board.
On the honors board. I have to say though, yesterday I actually gave an answer which was wrong. I screwed up and Crick Rohit for once. People were saying that he didn't answer it correctly. The fact was he had answered it because he had got the correct answer, but my answer was wrong. So I fooled a lot of people yesterday. So I was very red-faced and embarrassed and apologizing the life out of everything on Twitter this morning.
What kind of reverse universe are we living in? You got something
Completely wrong.
Yeah.
You got it totally
I don't
wrong.
get what's going on.
You really must meet this Crick Rohit guy. He's like really making a few waves there.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rohit, I think we would like to get you to our studio and see whether you basically really exist, or are you just some AI bot who's just programmed to pick up keywords from a question and feed in the answer really quick. That's why I'm interested. I know you want to meet him because you obviously now.
Yeah, also, I want to prove that we are different things. Unlike, in 2009, I was accused of being the fake IPL player.
So was I actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Really?
So was I.
So I've just got to prove that Crick Rohit and me are 2 different human beings.
Yeah.
I'm not answering from another identity.
Clark Kent and Superman. We've never seen Joy and Crick Rohit in a room together. If we do, then we will know they're 2 different people. So Crick Rohit, here's our open invitation to you. And I'm sure that one of our regulars will probably get that across to him anyway if he's not watching this live. Well, that's all we have time for right now. We got to go now because, between our 2 sleeps, we did a show. Yes, we did. Yes, we did.
Yes, we did.
So now it's about to have the other loaf, the other slice of bread of the sleep sandwich. We're going to go put that now when we go. So must you. See us tomorrow on English and in Hindi. 2:30 p.m. Indian Standard Time on My 11th Circle presents Cricbuzz Live. Big thank you to Joy. Big thank you to Robin. Thank you very much. I said now, so it was Robin your joy this Saturday. The last 20 overs.
The message went across, my brother.
These last 20 overs are really Robin my joy.
They took it to heart, man.
They're really Robin my joy, man. All right, Desh ka Gaurav signing off from My 11th Circle presents Cricbuzz Live. Good night.